Britain has some of the most congested roads in Europe, and it's the emergency services on two wheels that can scythe through the traffic and get vital help where it's most needed, fast. Police and paramedic bikers across the country race to protect the public and save lives. Coming up, a toddler's in agony, a charm assault on biker cop Lucy Watson.
She's a very good woman. I want the same mother.
And a woman's fighting to breathe. Birmingham, 4 o'clock on a busy Thursday afternoon. An emergency call's coming in. Responding, biker paramedic Steve Harris.
999 call to one of the hotels on Broad Street. The jury's in.
On his Yamaha FJR 1300, Steve can sprint across town quicker than an ambulance. The bikes carry all the same equipment as an ambulance and are fitted with our cameras, so we arrive at the scene of an incident the second they do. The hotel's just over a mile away through the city centre. Although the traffic is heavy, Steve's on scene in just over 3 minutes. 2 police officers are there to meet him. They've got a few details about the patient, including his name, Ray.
I think it's an agency, another agency staff. I don't really know a lot about him. Apparently he was just standing there talking, come back from lunch, his eyes flickered and as if he just wanted to stand up. He's been breathing all the way through.
Hello. Has it been like this all the time you've been with it?
One eye was partially open and kissed.
Has he spoken to you? Ray. Hello.
With so little to go on, the cause of Ray's collapse is a mystery, but he appears to be having spasms.
Come on. Ray, I need you to talk to me.
Steve must work through a checklist to find out what's wrong.
Little sharp scratch on your finger, Ray.
Steve needs to check Ray's blood sugar. Levels too high or too low could both cause a collapse and convulsions. Normal blood sugar levels are 6 or 7. Below 4 is dangerously low, meaning Ray is suffering a hypo or hypoglycemic attack. The situation's critical. A reading of 0.6 means Ray's blood sugar is life-threateningly low.
Hello. I've just... well, the first one was 0.6. We have no history as such. He's an agency worker for the hotel.
The crew check to see if Ray has anything on him confirming that he's a diabetic.
No, there's nothing else. We've looked.
There are over 2.5 million diagnosed diabetics in the UK. Untreated or uncontrolled, it damages nerves, circulation, eyesight and kidneys. 1 in 10 adult deaths is a direct result of diabetes.
Possibly.
Steve needs to bring Ray's blood sugar up. A hypoglycemic coma can lead to permanent or fatal brain damage. He injects him with glucagon to stimulate the liver to release glucose. Both Steve and the ambulance crew battle to cannulate Ray with an intravenous line to give him more drugs if necessary.
Heart rate 84, sats were 86.
The glucagon acts extremely quickly, and Ray starts to come round almost immediately.
Hi, Ray. You're at the hotel. Jury's in. You're diabetic. Yeah. You've had a hypo. Your sugars are very, very low. Right. I've got some Hyperstop here. All right, what I want you to do is pop some in your mouth and swallow it for me. Here we go.
The gel contains a strong dextrose solution to bring Ray's blood sugar level up.
How's that? Hang on, Ray. Let's give you a hand. Let's just help you. Ray, what we'd like to do, get you off the floor, pop you in the ambulance, do some checks. We're not going to take you away, OK? But we just need to make sure that you're all OK. Here you go. That's it. Yeah, you come and sit here, Ray.
Worst day at work and this happened. No, it's a talking point, isn't it? Don't forget it.
And how are you feeling now?
A little bit low.
Yeah. What would your normal sugar be?
It's usually about 7 or 8.
OK. What would you consider low?
8 anything below 4. Ooh, telling.
So 0.7 is, yeah. The first one I did was 0.6 and I couldn't believe it, so I did another one and that was 0.7. Right, it's as low as I've ever seen. I mean, we see ones and 1 point, you know, but it's not very often we get them under 1, is it? Yeah. So, have you eaten?
I had very little really, but I had hardly any insulin.
Right.
That's all.
Do you have problems? I mean, is it normally well controlled? Yeah.
Is it well controlled?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. But it's 32 years.
Right. Yeah.
Never had any problems.
Steve's been a paramedic for 33 years, and this is still unusual.
That's about as low as I've ever seen. I think I've had one patient who presented at 0.3, but 0.6 is very, very low. I think he's going to be fine. He's now fully recovered. He had an injection off me of glucagon. He's also had some glucogel, which is a glucose-based gel. He's now decided he doesn't wish to go to hospital, and he's gone into the hotel to go and have something to eat. That's what he needs now. He needs a meal. He needs some carbohydrates, bread, potato, pasta, something like that, to build his stores of glucose back up.
Birmingham, mid-afternoon. The biker paramedics are holed up waiting for a job, but as usual, they're not sitting down for long. On duty, paramedic Mark Hayes. The incident's just a few hundred yards down the road. Mark's there in seconds.
We've got a female collapsed on Corporation Street, opposite House of Fraser. What's happened?
She just went for the seat and just fell on the floor.
With a bang?
No. She just
Gently.
said I went fight, yeah, and she just...
Okay, control. Okay, what's your name? Tasha. Okay, tell me what happened. You don't know? Do you know where you are at the moment? No? How old are you? 15. Okay. What we're going to do, Tasha, is going to do some checks on you. All right. So you were sat down at the bus stop. What happened? You don't know? You can't remember anything? Do you remember sitting at the bus stop?
I was standing next to it.
Okay, and then what do you remember?
I just remember being on the floor.
Any pains anywhere at all? No? Are you on your period at all at the moment? No? You're taking your regular tablets?
Yeah.
What do you take?
It's a Korean.
What's that for? Okay, all right. What we're going to do is a few checks on you. All right, we're going to blanket over you, get you warm. All right.
Crohn's disease is an autoimmune illness where the body's defense system attacks the intestines, causing inflammation, extreme pain, and often diarrhea.
And did you feel okay at school? Okay, in what way did you not feel okay?
Dizzy.
Your blood sugar's fine, oxygen saturation's fine, your pulse is fine. Have you had any problems? You had any flare-ups with your Crohn's disease at all?
Diarrhea.
You had that today? How many days? About a week. Okay. When you normally have prolonged episodes of your diarrhea and that, do you have to get in touch with your GP, or have you got a specialist, or?
Especially
Okay, and when did you last see that specialist? February. And what's the long-term plan for your Crohn's?
just the medication.
And see how it goes.
Yeah.
When your Crohn's flares up, how long does it normally last?
3 months.
And did you end up having to go to hospital for that? Okay. And when you're having diarrhea, is there any blood or anything in it?
Yeah.
Has there been today? And what have you eaten today? You've had nothing at all? Right. Obviously, it's really important, one, that even if you're fit and well, that you have substantial food and fluid intake, more so if you're having diarrhea, yeah? You can become dehydrated, your electrolytes become low. I'm sure the reason you collapse is due to the fact that you poor food and fluid intake combined with your Crohn's. The risk that you've got is dehydration. you have a drop in electrolyte levels and you start to become, you can have dizziness, you can feel lethargic, etc. And not topping up those fluid levels and taking in food, you know, can cause a collapse basically, which I think is the case today.
Natasha will be taken to hospital to be treated for dehydration, but there's no cure for Crohn's disease. The best doctors can do is manage the symptoms.
So just stay like that.
Treatment of the condition is done with steroids and immunosuppressants.
Now you've sat up, how do you feel? You feel dizzy?
Severity and regularity of flare-ups varies, but most Crohn's sufferers will experience several bouts of illness per
1,
year.
2, 3, up we come, and straight back. Bed's behind you. Keep your breathing slow. Sit yourself down. Swing your legs up. Keep your breathing nice and slow.
80% will require surgery at some point to deal with complications such as ulcers.
Natasha, they'll look after you, all right? Okay, take care.
Essex. It's a quiet night on the A13. On patrol, Essex's only female biker cop, PC Lucy Watson. As Lucy scouts the dual carriageway, sitting high up on her BMW R1200 RT, something catches her eye on the opposite side. There's a stationary vehicle with no lights on sitting in lane 1. It's in an extremely dangerous position, with cars passing at 70 miles an hour. If one doesn't see it until it's too late, there could be disastrous consequences. Lucy needs to get it off the road. It's a broken down quad bike, and it's had a very lucky escape. Quad bikes are perfectly legal on dual carriageways and even motorways. But just like cars, they must be fully taxed, MOT'd and insured.
Did it ever work out for you?
Yeah, I just get stuck for some reason. I know I need to go to my friends to come and collect me.
Okay, is it yours?
Yeah, I just bought it right now. I just want to take it home.
Okay, and what's your name?
Zoltan.
Okay.
Quad bikes like this can cost thousands of pounds, and Zoltan's only had it a few hours.
You got your driving licence on you?
No.
Have you got one?
Yeah, I just sent it to DVLA, so I'm just waiting to come back.
Is it a UK licence?
Yes.
Okay. How is the vehicle insured?
Insured? It's not insured yet.
You know you need insurance to ride this, don't you?
I was just to take it home and insure it tomorrow.
Doesn't work like that though, does it? You have to have insurance to be on the road.
I didn't know that. Now I know it because you just told me.
Unfortunately, ignorance of the law is not a defence.
Yeah,
okay? You're going to be dealt with today for using a motor vehicle without insurance, and we're seizing it under Section 165 of the Road Traffic Act. So we're going to take it away on a recovery truck. So if you've got any friends who could come and pick you up, that might save you a long walk home. Do you have any identification with you?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. Tango 53, BG. Could you arrange me a 165 recovery for a quad bike, please? Thank you.
It's nice quad. I just bought it right now. And get me in the trouble straight away.
Your hair is a different colour.
Oh yeah, that's when I try to. Looks good for the women. When I was younger.
Did it work?
Yeah. So what was the problem?
The fact that you were broken down.
Yeah.
You had no lights and you were in lane 1 of the A13. You're in a very, very dangerous position, which is why
I just want to pull it off.
Yeah, that's fine, but that's why I came to see you.
Yeah, that's thank you
We'd
very
stopped
much.
the traffic on the A13 for you to let you get off in safety. Okay, that's why I came to see you. Unfortunately for you, you're not insured.
Yeah, I will get insurance tomorrow anyway.
Right. Well, when you've got insurance, you can get it back. You have to pay £150 for the recovery and £20 for every day they store it.
Okay.
You have 14 days to get the bike back. If you don't get it back within the 14 days, it will be disposed of.
I can get it back this week, yeah?
Yeah.
Because I need to work.
If you can produce a certificate of insurance and a driving licence, you can get it back tomorrow.
bring it to me to my home address, or I have to...
No, you have to come and get it. If you could just sign that there for me, please, Zoltan. Thank you. You've been reported for the offence of no insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah? To deal with that, you have to go to court. Do you understand what a court is?
Yeah, I don't understand.
And see the magistrates.
Yeah.
And they will deal with you for that offence.
Zoltan takes a call from a friend who's coming to pick him up.
Okay, see you. Okay. She's beautiful, so I wanna keep her here anyway. Okay, bye.
You're very happy for someone who's just lost their bike.
No, I'm not. What can I do?
Not a lot, really, can you?
Meanwhile, the recovery truck has arrived.
If they spent the money buying it, you'd spend the money insuring it.
Just drive half an hour and I got full straight eyes.
To be fair, you drove for half an hour and you broke down.
Yeah, that was... That's another issue, yeah. She's a very good woman. I want the same mother. She's really good woman.
Are you saying I'm old?
No, you're not that old. But you still be my mum.
Bye-bye, Zoltan.
Yeah.
Stay safe. Goodbye.
Yeah, okay, bye. Bye, woman.
He was quite funny, wasn't he? I think he took it very well, considering.
Zoltan went to court and pleaded guilty and was fined £250 and given 6 points on his licence for driving without insurance. Oxford, in the centre of southern England, home to the famous university and the South Central Ambulance Service biker paramedics. At the bikers' standby point, paramedic Eddie Webb is receiving a 999 call.
60-year-old lady with breathing difficulties.
These could be the symptoms of a heart attack or serious lung problems. Eddie needs to get there fast.
Through here, are we? Hello there, what's happened?
But what Eddie finds when he arrives is a woman not having a heart attack, but struggling to catch her breath.
So what do we call you? Charmaine. So can you tell me what's happened?
I just can't breathe.
Have you got asthma or anything like that at all?
No.
Can I just pop you, get a finger in there for me?
That.
Okay, just relax, just pop your hand down there.
She was like this last night at 6 o'clock and she
Right.
went to sleep, and then she got up this morning, it was alright.
So it's come and gone today?
It has come and gone.
Alright. On any medication or anything?
I've got high blood pressure. Sorry.
Right, your oxygen levels are actually very good, so I'm not immediately concerned about your oxygen levels. But what we'll do is we'll just give you some oxygen just now. Pop this over your glasses. That's it. Now just breathe away normally on it. Nice and gentle. Long, slow breaths. Just have a quick listen to your chest. Nice and gently now. Okay, your chest actually sounds quite clear. You've got a little bit of a wheeze there. Let's see if we can get you to catch your breath. Just try and control your breathing, Charmaine. Just try and nice, long, deep breaths.
It's not immediately clear what's wrong, but Eddie knows that he has to calm Charmaine down to get her in control of her breathing.
That's it. Just concentrate on it. It hurts in your ribs as well, does it?
Oh gosh, I'm so sorry.
Just think about lying on a nice Caribbean beach somewhere, nice and relaxed.
Oh.
Yeah, and he's gone off to get the drinks. There's an ambulance on its way, and what we'll do is we'll get them just to check you out. No, we'll just get them to check you out and do like an ECG and stuff. Concentrate on slowing your breathing down. That's it. Let's just pop that off for a second. Just keep that on there. Nice deep breaths. Just relax. Slow it down again, come on. You're speeding up again.
I can't.
Yeah, no, you definitely can. Trust me, you can.
Right, okay. Right. Just do it.
That's it. Concentrate really hard And get this, your breathing slowed down. That's it. This is Charmaine. Been hyperventilating since before we came. SATs are sort of 100%.
Hyperventilating isn't just caused by panicking. There are chemical changes within the body which add to the problem. As you breathe more and more, the blood has more oxygen and less carbon dioxide, making it more acidic and causing blood vessels to tighten. It's this tightening which gives the sufferer tingling, vision problems and faintness. The excessive breathing has to be stopped, either by conscious breathing exercises on the part of the sufferer or by a more technical technique.
Anything? No. There's been a real medical breakthrough recently, a real scientific breakthrough, that if you get fast breathing like this, what you need to do is breathe in a brown paper bag. Yeah? That's the scientific breakthrough. And what we need to do is, because you're breathing so quickly, you've knocked your oxygen and carbon dioxide levels out. And that's all it is. And what we need to do is get your carbon dioxide levels back up. So you just breathe into a bag. This is what you're doing with this, is you're breathing back in some of your expelled air. And it'll just naturally bring you back. Let me pop this off again. Not a problem.
I'm so sorry.
Well, I'll let you in a little secret. I'd much rather come here than some other places that we go to, so... I'll leave that mask. That might help if you've not got a brown paper bag, but just rebreathe your normal breath. Okay, we'll leave you to it then. All right?
Thank you.
Enjoy your supper tonight. All right. This lady initially thought she was having some sort of asthma attack, but it soon became apparent that she was having a bit of a panic attack and she was hyperventilating. To reverse it, all you need to do is breathe in carbon dioxide. Normally it's a brown paper bag, but these oxygen rebreather masks without any oxygen going into them seems to do the trick as well. And just trying to get people to calm down, concentrate on the breathing, slow it down, have nice, happy, fluffy thoughts, tends to sort of work. And as you saw by the end, she'd calmed down quite a bit and her wheeze had disappeared and all her pains had disappeared and she was magically cured.
Mid-morning in Birmingham, a 999 call's coming in to the city's biker paramedics. A 2-year-old child's in trouble. The call's to Handsworth, nearly 2.5 miles away. The journey takes Steve just 4 minutes. The child's in this dental practice with his mum. Steve can hear his screams from the pavement. The young boy has fallen over, hitting his head on a sharp corner, leaving a deep wound.
Instead of holding him as you are, just try and sit him up normal. That's it. That's it. Hello. Shush, shush, shush.
Baby, hush.
What happened?
He was jumping on this and he'd fallen and he'd hit his head on there.
Right, what's the wound like?
It's very deep, it's down to the bone.
Hush, baby. Hush, baby. Look after baby, okay?
Here it is.
Oh, Mama's so sorry.
All right, you don't want to see this? No. Okay. Close your eyes. Oh.
The boy has had a nasty blow to the head. There's a risk he may have injuries to the brain.
There you go. What we need to do is try and make him relax. Right. But the way he is, because he's fighting and kicking, and he's getting very, very hot, and I'd prefer to have these off. Let's make him a little more comfortable. That's it. Yeah, he's ever so hot, enter. There you go. That's it. That's it. That's it. Shush, 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 shush. All right, all right, all right.
Baby. Well done.
He's normally fit and well.
Yeah.
He doesn't take tablets or medicines or anything like that. Okay. When he fell, he was awake all the time.
Yeah.
He hasn't been sick. No. That's you. And what's his name?
Tremaine.
Shemaine.
To mommy, yeah. Come to mommy, yeah. Look, to mommy here. Look, to mommy here. Mama, mommy,
I was just having my teeth done, and he was sitting on the chair, and maybe he fell off and smashed his head on the chair there. Very hard smash.
He's calmed down a lot. He couldn't keep that up all the time, could you? It looked exhausting the way he was fighting and shouting and screaming.
All right.
This is our little one.
In young children, diagnosis is made more difficult by their inability to communicate properly. Steve wants to get this young boy to hospital as fast as possible to be thoroughly checked over for any serious problems.
Just under there, above the bridge of his nose, there's a wound about a fingernail high. Very deep, it's down to the bone. This is as quiet as he's been. Think yourself lucky you weren't here 15 minutes ago. I think he's exhausted himself. We had a few problems at first. He wasn't very happy. Right, there's an ambulance outside. If we pop him out there.
Do you have any other bags?
No.
The wound, it's not particularly large, but it's very deep. It's gone down to the skull bone. I would imagine in the first instance it would have bled quite profusely, but obviously by the time I turned up, the bleeding had stopped. All the best. I'm sure he's going to be fine, honestly. You know,
Treating children brings its difficulties, but Steve's a granddad and takes it in his stride.
Dealing with children, especially young children, can be very rewarding. You know, eventually the child calmed down, and by the time the ambulance turned up, you know, he's calm, he's quiet, he's still awake, he doesn't appear to be in any discomfort. And, you know, from what he was when I first went in to what he was when I handed him over to the ambulance, there's a huge difference, and that's rewarding in itself.
Working 12-hour shifts and facing up to 20 calls a day, it's important Mark and Steve keep their strength up. Today, Birmingham's International Food Market provides an opportunity for some much-needed sustenance.
Just looking, we're grazing at the moment. What we do, we wander around, well, I wander around the market, looking for all the free tastes and that. And if it's a big enough market, you can make a meal out of it. You know, you don't have to buy anything.
It's a money-saving tip. Is it because you're too tight?
No, it's, you know, nice cheese. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I shouldn't really, should I? Thank you.
Spotted the bread now. There we go. It's going in for the kill.
The cherries are lovely. That looks good, doesn't it?
We're just going to be eating all afternoon, aren't we? We're coming up to the soap stall. I want to see him try this. Come on.
What?
I want to see you try this. Oh, doesn't that look gorgeous? One of them for the wife. Thank you very much.
Hello, sir.
You all right?
Are you ready for the heart attack? Where is your colleague?
He's eating a greasy sandwich. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Enjoy your chocolate.
Thank you. Wasn't sure that the heart attack reference was to the chocolate or the price.
Monday lunchtime, Essex Biker Police HQ. Reporting for duty, PC Ray Jeffrey.
One last swig of tea. Might be the last one of the day. You can't beat a nice cup of tea before you go playing, can you? See you guys.
Today, Ray will be patrolling the area around Benfleet in the south of the county, near Canvey Island. Parked on the side road, sitting high up on his bike, he can see right into passing vehicles. Straight away, something catches his eye.
Hello, mate. If you follow me, I'll take you over to the other side of the roundabout. Just follow me, okay?
There's a trend on the road for tinted windows, but many people are caught out making the front windows darker than they should be.
As you can see from the tint on the driver's and passengers' doors, it's ever so dark, which is going to be unlawful. We use a device called a tint meter just to determine what the level of naughtiness is, effectively, and then deal with him appropriately. Yeah, it's quite obvious to me that the tint is too dark, and a colleague will just do a measurement of that. He's probably explained that already.
Okay, he tell me already. Yeah.
You're not wanted for murder or anything properly naughty then?
No.
Okay, good.
Ray's colleague, PC Winfield, uses a monitor to check the tints.
I say from here backwards, all the way round to the B pillar is legal. Right, that's got to say 70 or more. It's 29.0. That's how much light's getting through there. And as I say, it should be 70 or more. Yeah. What you've got here is there's a marking there that says AS2. Yeah. AS2 means that glass has actually been manufactured with the tint in the glass. So therefore, when you start sticking tints onto the glass, it will make it lower than it should be.
Tints on side windows should allow in 70% of the light. These windows are blocking 70%. This will drastically reduce the driver's vision, especially at night, leaving him less likely to be able to see other road users.
The windscreen, that'll have a marking AS1. Well, AS1 means it has got a tint in it. That's got to be 75 or more. That's reading 80.4, which means it's got about a 20% tint in the glass, which means it's legal. You are going to be asked to remove the film today as well before you continue your journey.
Not today, I can't.
Well, that's the proviso.
I'm going home today.
The trouble is, now that we've ascertained that it's unlawful, we can't let you drive it. We can't let you drive it in that situation. What my colleague will do is issue with a prohibition notice, and it's a matter for him whether he defers that prohibition and instructs you to drive home with the window down. He can take your vehicle off the road. He's lawfully entitled to do that, all right?
Ray and PC Winfield decide to try and remove the tints at the roadside.
Whoever stuck this on did a good job.
Right, well, it's just starting that off for you. It's a fixed penalty ticket. It's fixed at £30. It'll become £45 if you don't pay it within 28 days, all right?
You can see the difference between the tint and the normal glass. It's actually a very good job.
Is it?
Whoever stuck this on did a very good job. What will happen is your details will go on our database anyway, so we know that you've had one already. So it will be highlighted.
It's not good, £30. It's a big money. Like first time is warning. It's all right. I can do it then. I respect your words, but the £30.
It's much more expensive though if we prohibit the use of the car.
I never heard the news or anything like the intended. That's why.
It's not on the news. It's not on the news.
There's no law.
It's just traffic law.
I follow the law, but I don't.
But ignorance isn't a defence. You've got to know these things. If we were to take it off the road, you've then got to get a recovery truck to take it home. You imagine how much that costs.
No.
What we're going to ask you to do is put it down.
Taking the car off the road would mean the driver would have to pay for a recovery vehicle, potentially costing hundreds of pounds.
Right, we're going to trust you.
That's me. I never heard before. That's why I do that.
Have you got an honest face? You got an honest face?
Yeah.
You have. Right. That's all right.
We'll trust you to get those removed as soon as possible.
Tomorrow, I got tomorrow, but.
Heavily tinted windows is a problem that dogs Essex Police. It's particularly common among young drivers. Early afternoon in Birmingham. Most of the city's hard at work, and for biker paramedic Steve Harris, an emergency call's coming in.
Trouble 9 call to Digworth Coach Station. I believe there's someone had a fall.
Digworth Coach Station is on the other side of town. Steve's on scene just 3 minutes after the call was received.
Hello. What's your name? Hello, Jean. I'm Steve. You all right? Right. That needs to be looked at properly, which means a trip down the hospital.
What?
Yes, I'm afraid so.
Don't need to go to hospital.
I think you do.
I'm off to Nottingham. My daughter's meeting me at the coach station.
Well, I think your daughter would be worried about you, wouldn't she?
She would be.
Right. What we're going to do? Pop a dressing on that. Is it particularly sore?
A bit sore.
Because of the type of wound it is and the fact that the way that your skin's gone, it needs to be dressed properly. All right. The problem will be because your circulation isn't as good as it used to be. Right. What we don't want to happen is for that to turn into an ulcer. So it does need dressing. It needs closing up properly. We can't ignore that. And, you know, I wouldn't be happy for you to continue your journey.
Worst things happen at sea.
Right, you say you didn't bang your head?
No.
So were you coming on or getting
No, I was
off?
getting off.
So you haven't fallen over?
No.
And what do you normally suffer with?
Me.
Do you have any medical problems?
Well, not only the normal ones.
What's normal? You tell me.
Well, my arthritis.
Arthritis? Do you have any heart problems?
No.
Are you diabetic?
No.
Okay. All we're going to do at the moment is just move you off the coach, so let that carry on its journey. 214, just to confirm, ambulance will be required, a leg injury.
Arrived at the bus and tried to get on up the steps, and I got one leg up, and then I couldn't get my leverage to get the other one. I went backwards and hit my leg on bottom stair, so I'm going to the hospital. So I'm anxious about my daughter who's waiting for me at a young coach station.
Right. Wait on your good one. Keep
Jean is 83 years old. As people get older, coordination and strength begin to fail. Falls are common, and NHS statistics show that over 30% of over 65s will have at least one serious fall every year.
We'll pop that down there, and we're just waiting for the ambulance. The problem is with any elderly, male or female, obviously the circulation begins to suffer in the extremities. The skin goes very thin, very tissuey, and rips and tears very easily. This is quite an extensive wound. It's not particularly deep, but we need that to be dressed properly and looked after, you know, to minimise the risk of it ulcerating later on. Jean, the coach driver, when he gets in at Nottingham, will try and find her and let her know what's happened.
Yes.
Okay? All right. All the best.
Birmingham, 8 a.m. The first call of the day has come into biker paramedic Steve. A man's unconscious on a bus on the other side of the city centre. Steve weaves through the streets and is on scene in just 90 seconds.
Over the ambulance.
The bus driver's there to meet him.
He's flat out on the back seat.
Okay.
I've tried waking him, the inspector's tried waking him.
Hello there.
Steve suspects the man has had too much to drink, but he must do some tests in case it's something more serious like diabetes.
Hello. What's the problem? Or why are you asleep on the bus? You don't know? Have you had a drink? How you doing? You give me your finger. Little spot of blood out your finger. All right?
Oh, no, but Daddy, no.
Hey? Well, I need to find out what's wrong with it. I'm trying to test your blood sugar. Little scratch in the end of your finger. You're a brave boy, aren't you? Hold that on there.
The man's blood sugar is normal.
That's fine.
Now Steve can get to the bottom of why he passed out.
That's okay. How much have you had to drink today? Today? 1 can. Yeah. Is that all? It's 1 can. Just the one? Do you think you need to go to hospital? No? Are you able to stand up? Let me see you. So what are you going to do? You're going to go on?
Yeah, sure.
Do you know where you are?
Banijay.
You've missed your stop?
Yes.
Yeah. That's what happens when you fall asleep. Here we go. Off you go. Bye-bye.
For Steve, this is an all too familiar call-out.
The bus driver, quite rightly, has got someone who, in his eyes, is collapsed on the seat of a bus. He doesn't know whether he's drunk, diabetic, epileptic, or heart attack or anything. So the 999 call is made, and then we have to come along and just make an assessment. And I say in this particular case, he's intoxicated. Once he's woken up, he's okay, and he can go on his way. See ya. All right, bye-bye.
Steve's first patient of the day didn't need any treatment, but every week over 20,000 people are admitted to hospital with alcohol-related problems. The cost to the ambulance service and A&E departments alone is estimated at over £1 billion a year. North Yorkshire, a quiet midweek lunchtime. On duty, biker cop PC Martin Smith. Today, Martin's on patrol on the outskirts of Tadcaster. He's travelling along a quiet A-road when he spots a small motorbike. Most small-capacity motorbikes are ridden by learners and must carry L-plates. This bike has no plates, so Martin decides to check it out. In the UK, over 5 million people hold a motorbike licence, and every year over 100,000 new riders take their test. But will this biker's paperwork check out?
Hiya. It's all right, it's difficult to see you when I was coming past, but I was looking at small capacity motorcycle, no L plates.
But this man might not be the rookie Smithy was expecting.
No, all it was you're on a small capacity motorcycle.
All right, yeah.
And there's no L plates on it. Now, obviously, it may be possibly looking at you, you've got a motorcycle licence. So what I'll do is I'll just get a few details, run a check on your driving licence, which I'm looking at you, I think probably you'll be all right, and I'll let you get on your way. All right.
It might shock you how long I've had my licence.
Might it?
Yeah.
We've got a small capacity motorcycle. Just at a glance, it's likely to be 125 cc's or less. Typically ridden by learners. The most obvious thing to me is there's no L plates on it. I might as well just check to make sure he does have a full category D and doesn't need the L plates, that's all. Oh, have you got it with you?
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Blooming heck, that's going to make you 70... Oh, God, my maths, about 77 off the top of my head. Very good.
I've had my licence since I think you could get it when you were 15 when I was young.
Yeah.
And I got one then.
Well, it's keeping you healthy, because I don't care what anybody says. If you're sitting on that while you're riding along, you're wriggling all the time.
Oh, too, yeah.
It keeps you fitter than sitting in the car.
It's my little world.
Oh.
It's my little world.
I must admit, I used to work at Settle and Skipton. I had a bike of my own then. And I must admit, on an evening, one of the nicest things, if you're going to Skipton or you're going home from work, was to take the back road and go up through places like Ayton, Malin, because you know as the sun's going down, the temperature's dropping.
Yeah.
You get all the smells, and like you say, you're in your own little world. It's peace and quiet. It's better than a massage, and you have to pay for one then. I'll just get your number plate off the back there. Right, well, I'll give you that back, Mr. Frank.
Right, thank you.
Thank you very much for your time.
No problem.
All right. I wish you many more years of happiness.
Yeah, well...
I was going to say, you certainly keep fit and healthy. Thank you. And you take care. See you later. Bye-bye now. Bye. Very pleasant. It's nice to see them that age, riding motorbikes and being happy and healthy. That'll be me in another... Well, I can't tell you, can I?
Tremaine's wound was glued and patched, and he's now better. Natasha recovered after her fall, but her Crohn's disease continues to be a problem. Charmaine's hyperventilation was the result of severe hay fever, and with new medication, it's now under control. Ray made a quick recovery after some food, and his diabetes has been under control since. And Jean's leg healed well, and she's now fit and healthy again. Next time on Emergency Bikers, a man's fighting for his life.
Keep still, mate, keep still, keep still, keep still.
The dangers of dodgy suspension.
It's a bit like Russian roulette.
A nasty fall in the playground. And Mark and Steve meet their namesakes.